It's like Big Brother, but it's not coming from the government. All right, guys, thanks so much. Glenn Greenwald is with us. So happy he's here. Never gotten to meet him in person, but of course he's from The Intercept, co-founder of The Intercept, and he's done so much great work over the years. Glenn, I saw a tweet of yours, I guess today. I had no idea you were in New York, so it's great to see you. This is kind of nuts. I mean, I'm just so glad I didn't grow up in the era of all this stuff, and if it makes me a fuddy-duddy to say that, I'm fine with that.
That's my reaction was the thing for which I'm most grateful is there was no internet when I was an adolescent. And, you know, I'm somebody who actually worked for several years to protect the internet, to defend privacy on the internet because it's such a critical innovation. So when I hear things like stay off social media, stay off Twitter, as the father of two children, 10 and 8, that really disturbs me. The internet's a really important means of communication, but it is true that if we signal to people that your every word will be forever scrutinized for propriety, even in adolescence, the purpose of which is to rebel and test limits, we're either going to destroy the internet or breed a really conformist society where everyone's petrified of ever sounding an off-key note, and both of those are equally terrible.
Yeah, I mentioned the issue of Kevin Hart hosting was going to host the Oscars. This is what Saturday Night Live's Michael Shea said defending Kevin Hart. Let's watch.
Well, that was short. Kevin Hart had to step down as host of the upcoming Academy Awards because of homophobic tweets from 2011. But didn't the Academy nominate Mel Gibson for an award just last year? Also, if Kevin Hart isn't clean enough to host the Oscars, then no black comic is. The only black comic I know that's cleaner than Kevin Hart is booked for the next 3 to 10 years.
That's pretty funny. I mean, I get the sense that even people on the left are saying, we better watch out, because you start finding the Handler, Silverman, Schumer tweet. I don't think they should never work again because they sent those tweets out. I mean, I think everyone's just got to take a breath. And everyone should be able to poke fun of everybody else. I mean, no group should be off limits, frankly, except kids.
And I think the question is, do we want to judge everybody by the worst possible moments that we can find about them and then hold trial by the internet? That's one of the things that's really toxic as well.
I went dying to talk to you about what you think now that this Comey testifies on Capitol Hill. You probably saw some of that.
2016, and look at the reason why there was a special counsel in the first place. The argument was that we suspect the Trump campaign might have conspired or aided and abetted in the hacking, which was the crime, and we are so far removed from that, where even Jim Comey said during his tenure he was aware of no evidence proving any of that. We're now celebrating Stormy Daniels payments and the possibility that maybe Jared Kushner once met somebody who was a Russian national. We're so far afield from what the original investigation was that people barely remember why it existed any longer.
And what was interesting is they keep saying, well, all these Russian contacts. And if someone calls Trump Tower, who says they're a trusted source close to the Kremlin, and they talk to Michael Cohen for 5 minutes, and Michael Cohen's like, we're not following up on this. That's a contact. Like, again, that's part of the narrative. And it's like, wait, that didn't go anywhere. They rebuffed anything.
Russia's like a big and important country. And if you're doing politics or you're doing business, you're doing real estate, you're going to end up talking to Russians. And I don't think we want to create a climate where having communications with Russians, people of Russian national origin or Russian citizenship, is a crime, but that is essentially the climate that has been created. People in Washington are petrified to talk to Russians at this
Maybe
point.
we should go over to the Russian tea room. Want to go?
I think that would be very incriminating, especially if we get it together.
Exactly. Glenn Greenwald, thanks so much. And